Hello and welcome. It's Sarah Harding here. I'm the Able Diabetic and I'm here to share a bit more along with my mantra of share, enjoy and empower, which is all about making sure that type 1 diabetics get the most out of life. I've recently written a book of the same name and there's been an important question that has been put to me that I thought I would address through this video, which is who the book is for. And I think there are multiple audiences, so I'll just run through the benefits that I see in different people getting hold of and reading the book. The first audience, without question, is a newly diagnosed type 1 diabetic. And I say that because I think it's a very, very difficult place to be. And I've been very conscious as I've been writing the book that this is the book that I would have liked to have been handed the day that I was told my own diagnosis. Had I been able to read something which stepped me through all of the things that I would experience in life and which gave me a kind of sense of how the diabetes would play into all of those things, I think I would have found that enormously helpful and yes, empowering to be able to get to grips with all of those challenges before I met them. As it was, to the extent that I thought about things, I think I was just kind of a bit nervous about how things would pan out and had a real kind of, okay, well, I'm going to grit my teeth and get through things. But, that's maybe not the best kind of attitude of mind to have. So definitely, I think this is a really, really useful resource if you've just become diabetic, if you've just been diagnosed. So that would be audience one. The second audience is the people who are around a type 1 diabetic. And this can be newly diagnosed or not. But I'm thinking of friends, I'm thinking of family, I'm thinking about colleagues. People who are aware that a person is a type 1 diabetic, but maybe aren't that aware. As a type 1 diabetic, I've always really struggled with explaining to people what it means. People are always interested and they always ask a few questions. And you spend a couple of minutes kind of giving a summary of yes, it means insulin, and yes, it means checking my blood sugars, and yes, it means I have to be careful about a few things. But to go beyond that into how it feels every morning to wake up and deal with it, how to figure out how you're going to handle it when you go skiing, or you go swimming, or you go diving, or you go to the theatre, or whatever else it is, that's kind of harder. And I think that by reading the book, not only will people get a broader understanding and appreciation of what a diabetic life involves, but they'll also get kind of conversation starters. Sarah experienced it this way. Is that how you're experiencing it? And I think those conversation starters are a really useful thing for a diabetic because, it kind of gets you in to some of the, the real kind of substance of the challenges that dealing with this 24/7, 365 days a year involves. That's the second group. The third group is everyone. Type 1 diabetics are 400,000 people in the UK, and so most people will know one. And most people won't be aware that they know one. My friends have commented to me, having kind of looked at the book and read the book, that they really don't think of me as being a diabetic at all. And that's a really interesting piece of feedback. I think I'm very open about my diabetes, but at the same time, I don't make a song and dance about it on a daily basis. And so consequently, people kind of, lose touch with it a bit. It's helpful, I think, if everyone has a bit of an understanding of what this very invisible disease involves for somebody. I think it's a really important thing for inclusion and to help diabetic kind of live their full life. So I think it's great reading for everyone. I hope that's been a useful little oversight into where I see the benefit of this book lying. And certainly if you know a type 1 diabetic who is newly diagnosed, buy them a copy. I really think they'll find it very helpful. Thanks for listening to this. I've got a website, the Able Diabetic, and a YouTube channel, so please go to those for more information, and I hope that you enjoy the book. Thanks very much for your time.